Antrim. I'm absolutely delighted to be here tonight as someone with a passionate interest in politics, but most importantly as a young person who has only ever known peace. As a young person who has watched the progress made when we work together, and as a young person who can look back on the past and say, that's not the Northern Ireland I know today. The Good Friday Agreement paved the way for peace. However, it's important to recognise that peace cannot be bound by a 30-page document. Peace is what happens when we strive to overcome our differences, to learn from our mistakes, and to demand a better future for the young people of today and tomorrow. And whilst I've grown up only ever knowing peace, that doesn't mean I haven't witnessed division, felt hostility, and watched as the peace that was so hard fought for is too often taken for granted. Whilst we've come so far and worked so hard, we still have a long way to go and a lot of work left to do. If you told me this time last year that I would be standing here today, I think I would have fallen to the floor. One reason being, surprisingly, not many teenagers spend their Thursday evenings in the House of Commons, but also because the words the Good Friday Agreement had no real significance to me. Whilst I'd grown up in a peaceful, progressive society because of the agreement, I didn't know what it was, why it was in place, or what impact it had on my life. Truth be told, I was like most teenagers in Northern Ireland, because unfortunately, the closest that most teenagers will ever get to learning about their history is from watching Derry Girls, and no, that doesn't count. I remember when I took up GCSE history, I was told I was fortunate, that not many schools covered the 1960s Troubles course, and I was incredibly lucky that mine did. In many ways, I did feel fortunate. Fortunate that I could learn from the mistakes of the past. Fortunate that I could learn about the people who worked so hard to fight for my future. Fortunate that I could learn about the true power of understanding, of unity, of hope. However, I shouldn't have to be fortunate. My granddad has a joke that he cracks a little too often. There's no future in history, and as absolutely hilarious as it is, I've always been able to see past the funny side of it, because our entire future depends on our history. A history of hatred and hostility, a history of hope, and most importantly, peace. Now, as absolutely thrilling as it was spending 2 whole months learning about each and every single one of O'Neill's economic policies, I couldn't help but feel that the Good Friday Agreement should have made up more than a single A4 sheet of my GCSE revision notes. I was also amazed by the shocking discovery that apparently women didn't exist until the 2000s, because was mentioned on my course. As a young woman interested in both politics and the peace process, it is crucial that we inspire young voices, especially young women, about inspirational peacemakers that came before us. As we celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Good Friday Agreement, it is vital we continue to look forward, to educate the peacemakers of tomorrow and to learn from the mistakes of yesterday. The only way to build the peace of the future is by learning from our past. Thank you.
Yeah.